Hey guys, it's Jay. I hope you're doing well. In a previous video, I spoke about disappointment versus anger, and I will link that probably down in the description if you guys would like to have a look. I actually do recommend that you have a look at that. I think it'll be best that you just have a look at that video and see the explanation, just so that I'm not repeating. Now, when it comes to the confusion of disappointment in love and situations where you love a person, you really value this person, it doesn't necessarily need to be romantic situations. It can also be friendships, just your general relationships with people in your life who you love and care for deeply. When someone you love disappoints you, initially you're gonna come to some confusion. It's gonna feel as if there's some kind of inward battle going on and you don't know what it is, you don't know how to interpret it, how to get through it. And essentially, that boils down to confusion. Because if you remember what I said about disappointment, it's the whole thing of this person who should have known better, should have known you well enough and respected you well enough to maybe not do something, not say something that caused that disappointment. And then that underlying the secondary feelings that come ultimately when it comes to the confusion of disappointment in relationships where you love a person. Communication is going to be something that helps make things easier. You see, when we are disappointed, the initial thing, once you're dealing with all the secondary emotions that come from that disappointment, the initial instinct is to shut ourselves off, close ourselves off, distance ourselves from the person. Now, that behavior may be perceived in a multitude of ways from the person. And while you are ultimately trying to understand something that you can't understand without actually confronting the person, you will come to realize all this is something I can't deal with on my own. I need to speak about it. And yet, those emotions are clashing with the fact that you love the person. But that should not be something that you allow to be a blockage in your relationship. On the other person's side, irrespective of what it was that caused your disappointment in them, to better anything, to move together through a difficult situation and over hurdles in your relationship with this person, you will ultimately need to come together and actually be humble in your approach. Be honest about what you're feeling and why you're feeling it. The whole psychological approach that is most beneficial that I was taught in some of my sessions of counseling over the years was to say, approach the person, and you would say, I feel when you. I feel when you. So I feel the emotion when you do whatever they did or say whatever they said. That is a very clear indication of communicating your feelings and the cause of your feelings clearly so that the other person can understand what they did that had this effect, that had you close yourself off. It's essentially a communication tip, but there's a lot of things that can be said about a lot of things that I talk about. I just speak about things in a simple aspect, or at least one of the aspects, and I break that down. I hope this video was helpful, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Whatever time of day, take care, guys. Bye.